A very good day to you, our lovely viewers as well as listeners. Welcome to Central News, and this is the 71st episode. And today we will be joined by Elizabeth Seko, talking all things the importance of community engagement as well as partnership in boosting the blood donation campaigns as the South African Blood National Services, focusing on the Vereniging branch. Sis Elizabeth, good day. How are you doing?
Good afternoon. Yes, it is the afternoon. Okay, he didn't mute himself, so I'm not sure if I should still talk.
I think we should just make him aware to mute himself.
Please mute yourself, Bongani. Okay, so are we going to start?
Yes, we're good to go. How are you doing today?
No, I'm good, thank you. Good afternoon to you. Yes, it is a very, challenging time that we're in right now, but thank you so much for having me with you. I really appreciate it.
All right, so today we're discussing all things the importance of community engagement as well as partnership in boosting blood donation campaigns, specifically in the Vereniging branch. Can you just give us a brief about the campaign as well as how it's going so far?
Okay, so currently we are the Pulse campaign, and it's a national campaign that is done everywhere. So we as the Vereniging branch are very all hands on deck, and we've received so much support from the community at large. We are continuing to get the support as well from all of our stakeholders around that are just keeping in touch with us and trying to see if there's any ways that they can assist in any kind of way. So we are in the good track in terms of blood collections and ensuring that we have sufficient blood stocks.
All right, so I want us, before we get into the conversation, the importance of blood donation, because I feel like a lot of people in South Africa do not understand how important it is until it's them on the other end needing those donations. So can you take us through the importance of blood donation in our country specifically?
Okay, yeah, that is true. So what happens is, if we do not have people that are, volunteering to come forward and assist with their blood donation, I think as a country, as a whole, we will end up in a very, very tight spot because, we have patients in the hospitals that really benefit from all the contributions that the donors make. Specifically, we'll talk about the cancer patients. We'll also talk about mothers, during childbirth. We have during operation. So that's why we say that your 1 unit of blood can help save 3 lives. So without our donors that are regularly committing to donate every 56 days, we as a country will have this challenge where we are unable to supply the hospitals with the blood stocks needed. Especially now, since we are going into the Easter period, that is where it's a crucial period in time.
All right, so for a person to need blood donations, what are some of, we can say, illnesses or inconveniences that they face within their system that makes them need blood donations?
Okay, so you're talking about patients in the hospital that receive blood. So like I mentioned, specifically with chemotherapy, when undergoing chemo as a cancer patient, it is so, as much as it is helping you as a patient, it is so strenuous to the human body as a whole. And that is why we need our donors to keep on coming through and donating their platelets that is used to actually assist those patients to recover the damaged blood cells that, get damaged during chemotherapy. So that is why it is so important. That is why we encourage the donors to please continue coming through and assist with their blood donations. So you also have other patients that go through operations and you find that they lose a lot of blood during that procedure and they end up needing, a blood transfusion. So that is why it is so important, because it is not only during accidents that we have patients that need blood, but it's during chemotherapy. We also have children that are born with blood disorders and they get transfused as well. So there is a lot of people that actually benefit from the donations that people make. So that is why we always continue to encourage that people come forward.
All right, so to focus now on your role as donor relations practitioner at the CNVS Vereniging branch, what does it involve and what makes you so passionate about this work? I mean, you could have chosen any area in the world.
Yeah, I could have chosen anything else. That is very true. However, this role as a donor relations practitioner is very close to my heart, because I myself lost my father through cancer. And that is why, I became so committed to the role. And I've come across a lot of people that have suffered the same way. And I want to just come out there and just be like, how can I help? If there's anyway, because my role requires me to be a people's person, first of all, and I need to be on with the people and just getting together, finding out the people's needs, as well as seeing how I can help as an individual to ensure that the blood stocks come in, because my role is to just make sure that we find the blood drives, to source the blood drives that would be able to give us those units required. So yeah, it has affected me and my family in a very serious way, that I actually got to spend more time with my dad because of the donations that people were making. Yeah, and then I'm very blessed to actually be working here.
All right, so now we're focusing on statistics. FNVS has been very vocal about needing more blood as well as donors. I think less than 1% of South Africans donate regularly. So now it's a challenge. It's a big challenge, and specifically in Vereniging branch. How is the challenge? How are you guys coping with that? And what are you willing to do to convince people to take this blood donation campaign seriously?
I think since it's a national problem that we have, the only option that's left is to educate. So I would like to say that as the Vereniging branch, we have experienced a lot of people, a lot of new donors, a lot of the youth as well that has come forward and enrolled to be blood donors. So in this area particularly, I've seen an improvement along the years with people enrolling to become blood donors, which has really been a great help to the branch as well as to the organization itself. So I'm quite confident that in this coming year, I'm talking about financial year now. So in 2025, going along to 2026 and other years, we will have a lot of new donors enrolling from the ages of 16 to 35. That is where we would like to ensure that we have a whole number of our youth coming through to enroll as new blood donors.
All right, so speaking of outreaches, we focus now on community engagement, because it seems to be a heartbeat for the CNVS campaign. And what one partnership in Vereniging can be a school, can be a church, can be businesses, that has really made a difference in terms of donating blood as well as blood stocks?
I would like to say that we have community initiatives, especially in the past few months, that have really come through for us as an organization. We also depend on the schools that we go to during this period when the schools are still open. For instance, yesterday we visited Suncrest, and we were able to collect 71 units of blood. So that is a great contribution that the school has made and has continued to make. I would like to say even the TVETs in the area, Sidibeng College, Vanderbijl, Sidibeng College for Vereniging, as well as the businesses that have really come forward to assist. So specifically to just name, it would be very difficult because umuntu ngabantu, you know, and I think we work very well as the community in terms of ensuring that we reach a specific role. So many stakeholders have come together and, you know, assisted us in this way that I can't really pinpoint one stakeholder or one community that has really come forward for us, but it has been a collective.
A collective. So as someone who is a first timer who hasn't donated blood but is interested in taking an initiative to donate blood, what are the requirements that we have to meet in order to donate?
To qualify as a blood donor, it's quite easy. I know that a lot of people are always so anxious and they're not even sure if they themselves really would qualify to be a blood donor. But it's quite simple. You just need to be from the ages of 16. You can donate from the age of 16 until 75 and be in good health and commit to actually donating every 56 days, which is 8 weeks.
So it's not much. Good health. So when we speak of good health, what is it that I do not need to do to let's say I have an appointment tomorrow? What is it that I have to abstain myself from that can get my blood dirty? For example, what is it that I have to abstain from in order to make this process a success?
Necessarily nothing. What I would say to blood donors when they come forward is that before you donate, we need to know there is obviously a questionnaire that we will go through with the donor. So that is a process where our clinical staff will be able to pick up if the donor is eligible to proceed with the donation or not. So for instance, if you are going to be going on a marathon in the next 30 days, we may not allow you to donate because it won't be healthy for you. Rather, only just donate after your marathon or, you know, sporting activities, rather donate thereafter, not before you go and do like your sports, things like that. And we always encourage that, you know what, drink a lot of fluids, hydrate, have something to eat before you come through and donate, and be in a mental state of wanting to help someone in need. So once you are in that mental state to say, you know what, I think I'm ready to help another person that is in need, I think that is the right step to take.
All right, so just to take a shift, focus on the festive season. Because we're not busy that festive season and it's always a tricky time for blood stores. So with Sunday as pleading for Group O specifically donations, this happened in November 2024. What is the strategy in Vereniging to keep the shelves stocked as we head into Easter as well as other festivities during the year?
It is actually nice that you are mentioning the November period in 2024. Usually during the festive season, that is where we reach a decline in blood stocks. So we had to come together in partnership with the Western Cape to ensure that we collect as much as 5,000 units on one day. And we managed to do that so easy with the partnerships that we had during that time. So blood group O is always crucial because, as you know, with the blood group O, you are able to help many patients. We use it for emergencies, etc. So going into the Easter period, we end up experiencing a decline in our collections because the schools are having their exams, and it's the period where a lot of people actually go away, and then most of our donors are obviously part of the people that actually go away on holiday, and then we experience that decline in collections. And that is where we pledge to the businesses in the area to come forward and help assist with hosting a blood drive or with either partnerships at our shopping centers, even the churches that are able to accommodate us during this time. We really appreciate that, because that helps us still maintain that, that constant supply of blood to the hospitals. So we cannot do it by ourselves. That is why we always encourage either businesses during the Easter period and the communities as well as the churches to come forward and offer their assistance.
Right. So this conversation leads us to partnerships. Now we focus on partnerships as a local branch as well, or group, we can say. What's the process to host a blood drive? And let's say I'm a business owner and I'm looking to help out at SNBS. What are the processes that I need to go through to help with the blood drive, as well as for myself, what is it that I can get or benefit?
Well, it is very easy to actually host a blood drive. All you need to do is just call me and then I will come through. So that is why we really encourage that if you're a business out there, if you're a community member who is hosting either maybe a wellness at a church or maybe at a school, a business, if you would like to also have the SANBS come forward and be part of your initiative or part of your campaign, you just need to send me an email or go on our website, or maybe just give me a call, and then we discuss how we can proceed with that. And how you benefit actually is that you become, you're helping someone else who is in need. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So
it's very easy.
It could be easy. And let's say, okay, I'm a first timer, I haven't done this, I'm very nervous, I'm not sure if I want to do it again. How do you put someone like that at ease? What kind of words do you say to them to cool down and remember that what they're doing is actually beneficial for the community?
Yes. I would like to say that our staff members at the mobile blood drives and our donor centers are very friendly, and we always do encourage people to actually come forward because, I mean, it's only the fear of the unknown at the end of the day. But we do have and experience a lot of people that would say they're afraid of needles, they're afraid of passing out. We are having tons of very friendly staff members that are very good at what they're doing, and the reassurance there as well, and ensuring that as a donor, you coming forward to help someone, I mean, the least I can do is to ensure that you are comfortable, and I've explained everything to you and ensured that you are okay with the decision that you've made to actually be a blood donor. So it's only the fear of the unknown for any other person. But once you start with the process, then you realize it's not really as bad as you would have thought.
So SANBS also aims for 3,000 units of blood daily across the South African country.
Yes.
How does the Vereniging branch chip in towards that massive goal, as well as dealing with big problems? For example, as an alternative, I can say, what is your biggest hurdle in Vereniging right now?
Okay, so I know Vereniging plays a very big role in ensuring that we make that 3,000 units a day. However, we do come across challenges like unfavorable weather, and we are supposed to be setting up our blood drive outside the shopping center, things like that. So that for the Vereniging branch may be our biggest challenge, which is our outside settings, depending on the kind of weather, like the rain that would cause us to have to cancel a blood drive. However, we do have some great partnerships, and we do have some other businesses as well and other shopping centers that are able to accommodate us during that time. And, you know, I mean, with the schools as well, we're doing quite well. The learners are very keen to actually come through and donate. So I would say that as the Vereniging branch, much of our challenges is just, you know, weather challenges here and there. But other than that, I think with the businesses coming forward, with the communities coming forward, we won't have any challenges at all to ensure that we are a great part of ensuring that there's sufficient blood stocks.
All right. So hashtag the other parts.
Yes.
There has been a big push, big campaign for
Big campaign.
We focus on vereniging as well. How are you pushing that message to make sure that it gets to the masses and they understand what is it about?
We rely on social media a lot. And that is what we've been pushing as the Vereniging branch. The We Are the Pulse campaign is a national campaign that is running currently in the SANBS. And we, as much as possible, like to engage, especially the youth, with this campaign to actually get them involved at the schools. That's where we are running this campaign the most. And the help of social media, the help of the people like you, central media, like it means a lot if we are partnering in this kind of way. So we are getting there. I'm sure like a lot of people during this time have actually come forward and joined this kind of campaign. So we're actually doing well. It's getting out there. People are aware of us now. It's just a matter of them coming forward and rolling up their sleeves.
Yeah, speaking of the matter of people coming forward, you did share a story of what inspired you to deal with donor relations. Have you had a success story, you can say, someone who came to donate blood, or someone who either lost a relative because of needing blood donations? Have you had a success story or, oh, Elizabeth, you know what? I went through this and this and this, and I've decided that I want to donate blood, or I want to change lives, or I want to become a doctor. Has there been such instances?
Weird enough, actually, we come across people like that every day. So we are touched by people's experiences every day in the SANBS. So everyone has a success story with us. Recently, we had a function and invited over Mr. Vernon Muso, who is a cancer patient and still undergoing chemotherapy. So it's those kinds of stories that really encourage you as a donor to be part of such initiatives. And not only that, but encourage us as employees to continue doing what we're doing, because you know that at the end of the day, someone else is benefiting from that. So there is a lot of people that have come forward that we come across daily. And we would love to see more people sharing their stories. If there's anyone that would love to share their success story as well, we are obviously anytime open to that.
Right. Right. So lastly, before we wrap it up, for our viewers, you did mention that if someone needs to host a drive, they can invite you. How can they reach out to you specifically in Nationa?
Please, I am waiting for those calls. So if anyone would, I'm really waiting for those calls. So if anyone would like to host a blood drive, they're more than welcome to contact me on 071 895 9185 and or email me on elizabeth.seko@sanbs.org.za. Or maybe even visit any of our donor sites, and then the team there will be able to assist them.
All right. Thank you so much. I want to conclude this by saying, from listening to you, there's a famous quote that came in mind: what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
What doesn't kill you
makes you stronger. Kill you.
No, definitely not. So that's not what we do. So definitely donating blood will not kill you. It will give another person another opportunity to live and to be a parent, to get that opportunity to graduate, to get that opportunity to even have their own children and see them grow. So as much as to other people, it just seems like an act of kindness. it is more to that. There is
More
just
than that.
more to that.
Yeah.
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 There is
All
more
right,
to
thank
that.
you
And
so
would
much.
like to see a lot of people coming through
I
to
really
assist.
hope they do. I really hope they do. I'm one of them, I promise.
Have I changed your
One of
mind?
them. Yes, you totally did. You totally did.
No,
But before we let you
good.
go, Annie, are there any closing remarks from your side?
It's just to encourage people to look at life in a different way and, you know, getting rid of the stigma behind blood donation and educating themselves on the benefits of blood donation and who benefits from that contribution that you would have made. So it's just a matter of coming forward, assisting in any way that you can assist. If there's, you know, like I remember there used to be what they call, what is that? I think it was by, oh man, I forgot about this thing now. Tumamina, yes. Yes. I think, you know, just, yes, by our president. So that has been one thing that has really set in my mind, and I've never let it go. Uguti tumamina, you know, so whatever it is that, you know, you feel that I can do or that I can do to actually help someone, I just do it. So it's just a matter of educating yourself in terms of blood donation, the benefits of that, and how you can contribute as an individual to the nation. That's what we want.
All right. Thank you so much, Elizabeth, for joining us. I hope everything goes well. I really pray that more people get to donate their blood and realize the importance of the campaign. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's only a pleasure. Thank you so much, Angel.
Thank you. That was Elizabeth Seko, the donor relations practitioner for the South African National Blood Services in branch. Well, she has joined us, and I really hope that you got insights on what you needed to know. And we wrap it up. This is episode 71 of